and welcome back to another session of Awareness. I'm your host, Taylor Martin, with Racquel Moore. So, I was just touching base with Racquel a little bit on PTSD. And PTSD, I think, is more of a common phrase today than it's ever been. As we look at it, there's a lot of different things that maybe take place in our life, or situations or events that we're in that can create heavy traumatic experiences, we'll say, that can stay with us for a lot longer than we'd like them to. So as we talk a little bit about PTSD, I know that sometimes it helps to relate, and I know I have my own stories, but do you have anything to share? Have you ever had major trauma or circumstance in your life that you've had to go through, and where you found this work has helped you rise up to a different vibration?
Yes, several different situations. I'll talk about one that was particularly traumatic. Let's see, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder,
yes.
I believe,
For
people that don't know what that means.
Correct.
And what it actually is, what I have seen it to be, is a picture or a recording, kind of like some people that have been in auto accidents, or they've been in the military, and I've dealt with me not personally in the military. I was held hostage in Tunisia in my 20s during wartime, so it was very traumatic, and a lot of really awful things happened to me. I won't get into detail because it just brings everybody down. But just seeing the horror and seeing being around like machine guns and rape issues, and just not knowing if you're going to live the next day, not knowing what's going to happen to you. All these recordings start to go in you. And I've dealt with this also with people that have been in a lot of accidents. I've also been in auto accidents, and it's like every time you hear the brakes screech, you think your whole body just reacts.
Almost paralyzes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's just like, or when I was in the hostage situation, like if I hear guns go off, or I hear helicopters or things like that, the whole body just starts to react. So you go into almost a paralyzed level, and the picture or the recording just starts playing over and over again.
It feels like you're right back there,
right.
And you're stuck right back in that situation.
Yeah, because the energy in the picture is stuck in there. Now, when I learned to do this work, which wasn't until I was 27, and this happened to me at 20. I wasn't even 21 yet. So I was actually afraid to go out of the house. I didn't trust people after because I'm very smart, I escaped from this situation. I heard most people don't, because I was going to be sold into trafficking. That's what this whole thing was.
Right.
And, the amount of fear that you go through, and I was also raped during this situation. With these pictures, or these tools, I was taught how to delete the pictures and get the energy out of my body, both my spiritual body and my physical body, so that I could actually function. Right. And I wasn't afraid to just walk out of the house.
Right, have a life.
Right, because after you go through stuff like this, you don't trust anybody, you fear everything, weird noises just set you off, as if somebody's going to come around the corner and kill you. I was chased through the streets with guns, and so anytime something turns those pictures on, whatever that trauma is, even if you went through a lot of child abuse, anytime something stimulates something like that, those pictures just start to roll, and you're right back there in time. It just pulls you back there. Right. Because the pictures are actually recorded in the body, because I used to do a lot of body work too, and I used to put my hands on people, and I could see and feel the pictures. This is why some people, they're literally paralyzed in the body. So with these tools, what you can do is start to deprogram yourself, get the energy and the movie reel out of the spiritual body and the physical body. You file it. It's not like you forget it. It's not like you've been hypnotized into forgetting it or had a layover picture. Like when I was taught about this work, they said this isn't like hypnosis where it's a layover picture. They said the picture is actually deleted. So you don't have to worry about it like popping up on you in an opportune time.
But at the same extent, I can still access it because it's properly filed.
You won't forget it. It's just, there's not the energy there. You don't start, I mean, when I used to talk about this, I used to just start bawling. Like I was just crying because you feel it, you feel all the injustice, the horrible things that have happened to you, the pain.
Feel helpless.
Yeah. And now I can talk about it as if it's a book that I read.
Right.
The energy has been diffused. The picture has been filed. It's no longer stuck in this corporeal body.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's time for you to get unstuck.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll see you again for another episode of Awareness Sessions.